is Karadnik. He's over there.
Siora, Bertir Tumad Donegad. What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Tell me about your role as Keeper of Promises. What does it consist of?
Most words must be free, and able to fly like birdsong. But some words must survive those who utter them. So they call on the Keepers of Promises. Those who want to become one must win the trust of the Donegada and prove their wisdom. Then they teach us the words of stone. And
so you're a kind of cleric?
Do you want to know anything?
We would like to ask you about a stone you...
It is the stone of the Renaigse, isn't it? I did not like them, but I could not refuse to. And now that she is no longer with us...
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it.
I kept the piece of tree bark in which I prepared the...
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised.
No, Donegad. The Renaigse only bring us trouble. And you come with them. I do not want to deal with them ever again. They...
I understand your fear. Take...
Renaigse.
We would like to... In that case, maybe we should tell the...
Why would you do that?
I cannot believe you would say...
This man's hatred of the settlers, that he'd rather let his village fall into their hands than help us.
Here, take this.
What do these glyphs say?
That we will assist the priests in their war against the lions, and they must help us in return. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village, or renouncing our traditions. I knew they were lying. Let's show this to Isilde. Siora, Asir, always with your new friends. Bertir Tumad Isilde, I'm happy to see you. What do you want?
Isilde, about this pact your mother supposedly made with the priests.
Yes. Did you find anything new?
We went to Falristel to see the stone.
Were you able to read it, Siora? No, because it was destroyed by someone. You're probably right, but...
We retrieved the piece of tree bark.
Siora, what's written on it? Mother promised to help them against the lions, and they promised. There's nothing mentioned about them, and so they lied. I think it's high time they left. I think so too. You lied to us. You took us for gullible children. Leave this village at once. You will never be welcome here again!
But if you want our help with the Alliance...
By lying, you have insulted... The entire village will be happy to make you pay for your affront if they... You do well to leave...
We are not here to shed blood.
Very well, we're leaving. But we...
I did not think they would leave of their own accord. Thank you, Anol Manawi. Thanks to you, we managed to chase away... Yes. Shiora, I will need you for... Of course, Asi.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then, all of a sudden, one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events. But know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The Islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By Islander, do you mean the Denegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes. A strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, sir. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the Islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. Not a soul came along. But then I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche.
And you ran all the way? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these?
No, not precisely. The Islander said they were following the path, but he was...
Why didn't you go and look for yourself?
What? Alone? What could I...
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or... But that's a question for your superior. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why?
His Highness was feeling much better. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness. I wasn't privy to their counsel, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and...
That sounds like him. What sort of...
I am sorry, sir.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I...
Thank you, sir.
Karans, could you help me?
What is it?
I must prepare, and I think that...
But your sister will be there. Surely you...
For the ritual, yes. It will only be the two. Will you come with me?
Of course. I'd be happy.
Siora, Vertirtuma, what do you...
I'm only here...
I came to give our mother back to the earth. I know. Iselt. No. Preparing the places. We are approaching Vasrigan. This is where I will perform the ritual. This burial mound has been the final resting place of our queens for generations. It must be prepared before we can start the ritual. Found it! Something's wrong. Normally, you would hear the birds singing in this place.
What do you mean?
You think intruders would risk coming here?
There. Tenlands. This is not their natural habitat at all. We cannot leave them here, so close to the burial mound. You never see any around here. They must have nested in the shadow of the burial mound.
In that case, we have no choice but to destroy their nests. Otherwise, they'll just keep coming back.
You are right. We cannot let these carnivores roam so close to my mother's remains. Ornde dara grimme derem dam! Will no longer trouble the peace of our queen. All we have to do now is to take care of the ceremony.
Is there anything else to prepare?
Of course. We will need some sensors crafted especially for the ritual.
Where can we find them?
It would be ideal if we could craft them ourselves, but otherwise the village artisan probably sells them. And I will give you a list of all the ingredients because we will have to Once we have gathered these last items, then Isolde and I thank you for being by my side and
Don't mention it, Siora.
Karantz, do you need something?
How did you know that those... After all, given the situation...
I knew my mother well. We were close. She would...
I think I understand. Your island, your culture, and your faith.
Exactly. The earth talks to us. Without these beliefs, we would be but empty I am happy to see that. Anything else?
Why are you and your sister so different?
If you're talking about physical differences, when we were little, we were perfectly identical.
I have no trouble believing it.
Gentler. Really? Anything else?
I must leave you.
Do you see anything you... If you want to trade again, you know where to find me. I call on Almanawi. Do you want to trade?
We have all that we need. Let's go back to the burial mound to put everything in place. Here we are. It is on this stone altar that we must place a censer where her head will be. And then you will have done everything you could do. Your presence by my side means a lot to me. This is how our ritual... There. Everything is in place. Thanks again, Anna. My sister should be joining me soon. Oh, these rituals are demanding. You have been a true friend. Thank you. I will never forget the kindness.
It's only natural, Siora.
We should go now. Karans, do you need something?
What do you intend to do now? Will you become...
I will most likely do it, but not now.
I hope that you do not feel constrained to do so.
You are a noble heart. Do not worry. I'm not staying because I feel constrained to do so, but anything else.
I must leave you.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything?
I must leave you.
What do you seek?
I am in need of your help.
You have done great deeds for the Senja and Anedas.
I seek Vinbar, your High King. Do you know where he can be found?
The last time that I saw him, we were united. We needed to decide what to do about you. Ulan spoke about all we could supposedly learn. Donkas spoke of maintaining a balance so nothing would change. Vinbar remained unconvinced. He decided to go to the heart of the oil. He told us that this retreat from the world...
He is still there?
No. That was a very long time ago. Wherever he has chosen to disappear.
Thank you, Deirdre.
What do you seek?
I need to be going.
Wa'awalem seg.
Terem dam! Let's
Dear Tumad, it is rare to see Renaikse. Is there something I can...
I'm looking for High King Vinbar, but someone here in this village.
If anyone knows, it would be Sir. Anything else?
Would you know where I could...
She left to follow Vimbar.
What do you mean?
I don't know if Renaix, our High King, is on his bond with the mountain is very strong.
Do you mean to say that he is becoming one? This phenomenon is truly incredible.
Sarah knew that the mountain would take him. She went to attempt to bond herself. We haven't seen her since. Anything else?
Where is this cavern of...
I don't know. Anything else?
Thank you for your help.
وأعلم سك.
Bird here, Tumad.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Really? Then you might I do something?
I heard talk about a cavern.
It is a place where within the earth they hear the voices of those that... There are some on Tiafradi, the closest to our village. But the entrance is sealed, hidden. It is anything else?
Goodbye.
Wow.
Give in. Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner you speak, the sooner this will be over with.
We are not alone. We'd better be discreet.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us. You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto. Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable. You remind me of that rat my master was studying. The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that...
How can they do this? This is such a disgrace. Let's talk to them. I may be able to reason with them.
But I recognize this face. Lord de Sardet. What a pleasure to see you again. What...
We've been looking for a woman. In fact, it's the one you've just... Can you explain to me what she has done to...
Believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she... You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like... We call them metamorphs. And we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. The savages hide all of their knowledge within them. We discovered one here. This woman. She knows how to enter. To know we are so close to understand. Let's just say it has made us...
It's extremely regrettable.
She won't tell you anything.
Afra?
I am so ashamed. To think that I worked alongside you. You are not sages. You are worth no more than a band of drunken brutes. And you shame me even more than the others. To think that we left our master's service together because of his
You are unfair, Afra. You know that deep down I am...
Then prove it.
Ugh, free her now!
How are you feeling?
But who are you?
We were told that when Shavar that you and you alone could tell us...
I wish I knew where he was right now. I waited a long time and then I came here.
You believe this is where he's hiding?
No. But he came here often before he disappeared. You saved me. And so I must help you as well. The Cave of Knowledge is a bit further north. Here is the entrance to the cave. I hope that Vinbar has left a clue to where...
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Munundanem. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why...
The caverns of knowledge are truly sacred.
But you're not a Donegad.
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. Even if I am not sure I can trust you. Remind yourself that this honor is immense and show respect.
Put your fears to rest. How do we enter?
Allow me. I have seen Vinbar make these movements.
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbar, no doubt. It looks as if he's walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbar has read...
Was that why you came in here?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, I thought at first it was due to his status. But now I see that he was hearing the call of Enon Mil Frichteman. He...
These paintings are older. This looks like it represents a man who
He is a Donegad. But Vinbar was also bound to the mountain.
If I understand correctly, the Donegad are metamorphed differently.
Yes. The Sinolminawi, but how could a guardian of the plains resemble a guardian of the mountains?
Do you believe that Vinbar is readying himself to
For some, it takes years. For others, it might take place. I hope only to have the...
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which. This mural is also ancient. This door appears to be in front of a circle of stone.
The Donegada seal certain sacred places.
Yes, I've run into similar barriers. But here, there are two that seem to be different. For one, the flower motifs seem to...
This is possible. The caverns of knowledge are used. This painting must teach the younger how to reach the sacred.
In that case, shouldn't there be an illustration of the second?
The initiates also learn by...
On this one, we see a sacred site with raised... We also see the path that leads...
This must certainly be the path, and the Donegada that are prepared to surrender...
Do you recognize the place?
I think so. It looks...
With all that we've learned from studying these paintings, we should be able to... I just hope there's still enough of him left to answer them.
What do you hope to...
We hope that he will agree to take us into the sanctuary.
What do you hope to ask of him? My head spins.
Please, go ahead.
Am I the only one to think this woman's departure is suspicious?
It is true that her behavior changed suddenly. We should hurry and catch up with her.
This door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
We should have noticed that she did not trust us. Well, let's search. There must be another exit to this cave.
These traps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier. Let's hurry and find this passage to the northern mountain before she decides to come and fight us directly.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle! Watch out! Grenade! May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the enlightened protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
This is the place which was depicted on the mural in the Cave of Knowledge. In fact, Vinbar visibly went through this passage not long ago.
falling apart.
Finally, we've made it to high ground. Now, let's find this trail to the sanctuary. It can't be far from here. Bloodied feathers.
They are extremely long. I know of...
Looks like Vinbar must have begun. He will soon become a guardian of... More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail. Over there. More feathers. I need a bit of practice. More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail. We found the entrance to the sanctuary. I hope he'll agree to help us enter the heart. All that remains is to find... This must be the entrance to Vinbar's sanctuary. But it's obstructed. He knows how to protect his home. A stone altar. It resembles the one that protects the passage to Mev's sanctuary. This must be where I need to place the seed. And here is another altar. Are 2 seeds necessary to open the passage? How can we learn which plant seed is required?
If I had a secret like this one, I would only share it with someone I truly trusted.
You're right. We need to find this Sarah. The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village. The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village.
Bird Tirtumad. Why are you wearing the same clothes as Renaigse?
Renaigse?
Partir tu madre. Hello, Glendan.
Björt Tirtoma.
I must leave.
Qua Williams.
The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village. Sarah doesn't seem to have returned to her village.
These village folk are not the talk...
My child, we have a more urgent task. Your cousin is still reported missing.
Yes, that's true. We must find Constantine. The High King can...
enlighten, protect me in this battle!
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
Someone or something attacked and tore everything to shreds. This seems all too familiar.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Catasach and Constantine were going. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. Crater. Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. More tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again, or something else. New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from? More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these? There are footprints. Only a handful made it up to here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Catasach.
Maybe
Watch out! Grenade!
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Altitude fire!
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. These vials look familiar. Catasach used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into again? According to this note, This troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge in some way be linked to this attack? That makes no sense. Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katasak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual, but they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
No colonist understands how to control the fauna of this island. Whereas for the native wise men...
You believe Katasak could have orchestrated this attack?
Who else? You know all too well that with your cousin a hostage, you would be obliged to cede to the demands of the natives.
He would then have only accepted to treat him in order to gain his trust. I don't know. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Wen Xavier to learn more. Perhaps Katasak returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find him. We're also going to have to visit the out. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it.
And you think that they would have taken Constantine? Is that possible? But if you suspect them to have participated in the combat to capture him, I know the captain of that outpost. A pessimistic man who would never order an attack without being absolutely...
Perhaps. Unless he was simply obeying orders. However, one way or another, let us be on our way without further delay.
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere.
De Sardet. I am legate.
A legate? Pardon my dismay. But we don't... Captain Idris. I am the ranking officer. What can I do for you, sir?
I'm looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor.
A governor? Here?
My cousin was part of an expedition. His men and his camp were attacked, but we found no trace of his body. Wounded and holding up somewhere.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a... I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency. The region is dangerous. The natives are...
You do know that we found the bodies of several men.
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men?
They were monitoring the zone. We have lost too many men to surprise. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly...
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing? You can think of me as a coward if you like.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
Captain, my name is Afra. I passed by this outpost with my fellow...
The Lost Expedition.
His Excellency was able to...
His Excellency has power.
I'm casting no stones at you. You have the feeling that the powerful of this world have abandoned, but a life hangs in the balance.
One of the men...
A survivor? Excellent.
He wasn't able to say a word. Our nurse sits with him, but... his wounds are extremely...
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we...
Go and see the nurse. But I can't take it anymore. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same.
Good day, Captain.
Excellency.
Concerning the young man...
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? I thought that you... This boy will not... Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very...
What are you doing there?
I know. I've come to see the...
That is very kind of him.
What are you saying?
No, he's still... But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort. I no longer have a... And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only...
Do you know what type of remedy would allow...
Yes, at least I think so.
I see. Give me the...
Thank you. Were you able to concoct?
Yes, I was.
Give it to me. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know.
And if he survives?
Come back tomorrow at the...
Very well.
See you soon.
Hello, soldier.
Better. A lot better.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how. Could you tell me what happened?
I will try. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days. Men were screaming. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man.
Constantine Katasak and his escort.
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and...
Flames?
I don't know. My friends... I didn't see everything, but I thought I saw another islander. Big. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approach. I thought to myself, I dragged myself here.
I'm going to have to go and fight.
You shouldn't do that.
That's enough. Rest now.
Yes, it's best I leave. I'll have a word with your captain.
Excellency, thank you.
Please. I did not...
Did you learn what you need?
Yes. I was able to... He and his company heard sounds. My cousin's escort were already nearly a strange sorcerer controlled.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt.
They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found.
Like you freed the scholars.
Thank you again.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Protect me in this battle! Enlighten, protect me in this battle! Enlighten, protect me in this battle! May the Enlighten protect me in this battle! May the Enlighten protect me in this battle!
Hello.
Renaigse, there.
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and a soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were...
You dare come here and let me throw him out, this Renaigse and his... May they receive this...
I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here. I only seek to find the man I consider, as well as the man who is protecting him.
No donea exrega.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened. I was told that an islander took my cousin. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not. As for Katasach and the Vorst, Tire, that night we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. We went to see. The last breath of Katasach had returned, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We carried the body of the Donegad, and...
He gave his life to protect Constantine. This request might surprise you, but...
Why? What do you want to...
Examine him to understand what killed... We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the attack.
No donea exregal would attack Katasach.
That is the very reason I need to see his body.
You may see him. But if you desecrate him...
Katasach. Seeing the state of his body. I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad. To have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell.
I can give a detailed examination of the corpse. It is a task that I have been trained to perform.
I gladly cede the...
We note a great number of large, blunt force contusions. None of the wounds could be attributed to a blade or a spear. Practically every bone has been broken in multiple places. The open wound reveals multiple perforations. Here, the borders of the wounds have been singed. The flesh is black, and we also note several... They seem oddly out of place in spite of the exotic insular. I would be hard-pressed to tell you which of the wounds proved to be the...
He was smashed violently by a giant rock.
Yes. These wounds are similar to those given by a heat...
The dead soldiers we found had identical wounds. As crazy as this may sound, whoever is responsible for this...
In any other circumstance, you'll conclude... But I stand on the side of the improbable. then...
We still don't really know who is actually behind it, judging by the severity of these wounds.
All your experiments. You've learned so little.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives. You're all the same. Guardian and Onegad, there is a ritual that might help us.
The Anatalis Fair.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last...
That would allow us to at least see the face of his...
If what I have heard is true, yes.
Let's ask her for her help, then.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in... Imagine the pain of the wounds of another. Shaking your body. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, since that day, our Tiernahach...
That would explain her distrust.
You must make her see your purpose. It may...
Protect me in this battle!
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe.
I've come to ask you for help.
My help? You still seek the remedy for the sick?
My cousin has been taken, and I...
Truly? And in...
By performing the Anatalis Fair on the body of
Katasach is dead. He was a good man. Perhaps
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked. My cousin has disappeared. Taken, according to a witness. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been...
Fire of the earth. Only the Nadaig Manemen have the... But none of our own would have...
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find...
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged very well, Renoixe. Our island wails in suffering. Many... The Anatalis Fair may kill me, but at least you will need to act as my Voglendaig. And bring to me the necessary...
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember. Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Duren's camp.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon...
In that case, let's go together to the ritual site. The place of...
Very well. I'll follow.
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle. May the Enlightened protect me in this battle. Watch out!
I recognize this weapon. It's Katasak's, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Alchemy. The best potions and the most of... Greetings. What can I serve, my favorite... I was honored by your visit. Please, come back whenever you want.
We'll make you down, land dwellers!
Let's see where you go. Come on! Let's see where you go. Come on! Let's see where
Protect me in this battle!
Were you able to find the element?
Yes. Here is what you asked me to bring.
This is good. The moon is high. Katasar, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, olehana memen adestame haman. Baravridenan tahanemo quate grenfem, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam, de talugedon velam, de taragam buledam, de tatamenam reloidan, adet alamen kante bedam en antelam verfragt tangom.
Katasak! Help me! Please!
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster. Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one Renaikse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself! Come on!
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young, blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden-haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice. I will need to return to his sanctuary in the north of the island. He must be hiding there.
You know where he is?
Yes, but I wasn't able to enter. I have one seed, but I need another.
Vinbar is a very powerful Doneigad, as well as being the High King. He has access to knowledge that even I cannot attain. He has seen the true face of Enol Mil Frichtim. His secrets must be well kept. And he would only have shared them with those he loved the most.
Yes, I must find Seda. She is certainly the only one to know which... Thank you, Mev. You have helped...
Do not thank me. I have not done this for you. But in order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed my king. You will find him and confront him, no doubt. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing that cannot be fixed.
Farewell, Mev.
Protect me in this battle!
And so you have left the cavern,
I have no idea why you suddenly decided to shut us in there, but it matters little. I must know what second seed is required to open the door to the sanctuary. Now, more than ever, we must find Vinbar. He slew Katasach, and he holds my cousin captive.
Vinbar would not have killed Katasach. He respected him. And why would he bother with your cousin?
I have no idea why, but I know it to be true. The Tierna Hach Kadactus revealed this to me. Would you accuse her of lying?
No. You are the one who lies, like all the other Renai. I should never have let you enter the cavern. And even... Eitmo!
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle!
Now that we have both seeds, the ritual should work. King Vinbar, why? Constantine didn't do anything. He has never sought to wrong your people in any way.
Like a worm he burrows. You are so naive. You cannot see with my eyes. Enol Milfrichtimin saw the wound. From atop the volcano, he warned me of the danger. Fed by bitterness, driven by desire, taking without giving, he will be the end of us all.
You have gone completely mad!
Take it! You are too blind, too Renaixet to understand.
Leave him! That's enough! Free him!
I cannot. sole source of life. Free him! Damn it!
We should be able to approach Constantine now.
You're right. Let's go see him quick.
Constantine! Wake up, please, I beg you! Hang on. We're bringing you home to get you healed.
"3 days have passed since we returned. I need to go to the palace to see if Constantine has finally awoken.
You should get some rest. You're not being reasonable.
To hell with reason. I've rested long, and I'm well enough.
You've just barely woken from a stupor that had you on death's doorstep. The affairs of state can certainly wait another day.
Thank you, my lady, but I am amazingly well. You can take leave of me with no fear, I assure you.
He just escaped a deathly sleep, and here he is, ready to conquer the world. Your cousin is exasperating.
What now? Are you going to scold me as well?
No. I'm just relieved to see you're still alive.
I'm quite relieved myself, actually. Thank you, cousin. Without you, I would be dead thrice, wouldn't I? Or is it the 4th time? If we start counting the time you stopped me from climbing the ramparts of Serene, we'd be up to 5 times now.
It's unbelievable. You feel no pain whatsoever. And your complexion.
I haven't even taken a look at myself. Is the improvement visible?
I wouldn't go that far. How is it that... What happened?
Don't make that face. It's merely a major miracle. Come on now. I'm gonna tell you everything. We have been waiting for your return. I knew you would do everything in your power. I have always trusted you. But Katasak feared that I would not hold on long enough. He spoke to me about a ritual that would help me. I was excited about it, and in spite of all that has happened, I don't regret following him. We went to the ancient site, a place full of magic. I followed his instructions, and all of a sudden, what an incredible sensation. I felt better than I have ever felt, cousin. Alas, we had very little time to celebrate. Cries came to our ears, and beasts jumped all over us. We fled for a while, as other soldiers fought through, creating a path to join us. But I can see from your face that you know this already.
Indeed. Once on the ritual site, I followed your tracks and deduced what had happened. It seems that Vinbar was targeting you specifically. Did he say?
I was still very weak, and most of the time he whispered in his own... It seemed that he was speaking to someone, but there was no one other than us, cousin. The crazy...
Do you have any idea why he didn't kill you like...
No, not really. He spoke about isolating me from the world, that I couldn't return. But aren't you happy that he let me live?
Don't speak foolishly, of course. Tell me more about this ritual.
It is, I think, a ritual that the Doneigada practiced.
Doneigada? Katasak taught you their language?
Just a few words. He wanted me to learn, to understand, but so we visited this infamous site, where he prepared for me a sort of potion. What ceremony! I had to cut my hand in front of an enormous stone. A gigantic beast came and started circling around me. It was like a wave came through me, as if the power of the island... And now I am Onol Manawi, like you! Even if the Malachor... But you had to encounter the god of the island, didn't you? How was Enon Mil Flictum?
Yes, I passed a trial for that. But the...
Oh no.
And yes, only the High King can open... I have no choice but to return to see him. I'm certain they're going to name a successor. Constantine.
My dear...
I must take my leave.
Take care.
Good day, Glendan.
Beort Tirtomat, currents of Katasak. We learned of his...
Alas, his was not the... Your High King, Vinbar. He was taken by folly. He went away into his mountains after killing... Nothing I could say would allow him to see...
Are you telling me that you care, Tonsidak? What happened?
I'm sorry, but your High King did not leave me any choice. He was at the point of killing my... He was becoming a guardian, a Nardaig. Perhaps it was for that reason.
I believe you. You have sufficiently proven your friendship. Why would Vinbar have done such a thing? His offering...
You know that I wish to see Enonmil Frichtemann, and he was the only one with the power to allow me to do so. I would not have caused his death voluntarily. Believe me, I'm just...
Andevosht Tire. We will celebrate his memory as well as those of all the members. Vladnit, Katasak, and now, but in spite of our mourning, we must elect a new... The children of Tirfradi cannot remain without a guide. I will notify the Mal of all the clans, so that they may know to travel here.
Who has a chance of being elected, in your opinion?
Deirdre is powerful, and many clans would follow her. The wisdom of Dunkas will also attract support from... And there is also Ulan, a clever fox who is very capable of convincing...
Deirdre, Dunkas, and Ulan. I must convince them to help me.
I suppose.
Who will win the vote in your opinion?
I don't know. Each of the three, it is possible that some amazing feat places one of them. If Blagnid had been victorious, she would certainly have won this.
Is there anyone else among those presenting themselves?
Do not take me for someone born last summer. But you shall fail this time. And you must go before... Can I do anything else for you?
I must leave.
Qua awelam said.
What do you seek?
I am the bearer of bad news.
Dead. But he was plunged into doubt by your arrival. He was no longer at his...
Glendan told me that you would be one of those keen to replace...
That's true. If Bladnid were still here, I would have given her my... But since she's no longer with us, I must obtain the title and drive away the Renaigse and take back our oil.
Will you drive us away too?
We will drive away the Renaigse. You...
I see. If you... To allow me to meet Enon, only he can help us cure the Malachor.
Why should you be preoccupied with a disease striking...
I have my own reasons. But you should know this is the best way for the Renaigse to leave the island.
You have helped my people. You are our Karants as well. Once I am the High Queen, I will...
You seem certain you will obtain the title.
Those who covet victory must do everything they... The old kings wore a legendary crown, which was whoever were to retrieve it would...
And you know where it is?
I believe it is located in the Tomb of the Kings. I do not know exactly where it is, and that the entrance is marked by a dead tree. Do not worry. I will find this place and retrieve...
If I want to be certain of the outcome of this vote, I'd better go and get this crown myself.
Anything more?
I need to be going. Now we have earned the trust of one of the pretenders. We just need to find that crown.
It may be wise to make sure your pretender's intentions are compatible with yours. And if it's not the case, to find another. We wouldn't want to be the architects of a future we don't like, would we?
You're right. It's a decision that's more important than our quest for an antidote. I must dwell on it.
What brings you here, Honor?
I'm the bearer of bad news.
Ande Vostire. We haven't seen him in a long time.
Glendan told me that you would probably...
I am not looking for power, and I fear the other kings may want war. Or the Renaisse brought chaos with them, and our island has... We cannot change the past. And chasing away those who... The wound is there. Refusing to acknowledge it is pointless. So if you're worried about my intentions, if I were to be... We must find balance with those from the remote oil. But for this, we must teach the Renaisse...
I would like to meet Enon Miel Frichtemann, in order to... If you were elected...
You are a Karants of our clan. I would be glad to help you meet Enon Milf, but you should know that my election is far from certain. The spirit...
Would there be a way to make sure that...
I do not like the idea of you. The High Kings of old wore a legendary crown. The one who became the first Guardian. If someone were to wear it in these...
And where can I hope to find...
In the burial mound of the High Kings, near the village, and at its entrance, situated near Allah. It is a deeply holy place. If you do decide to go there, fill your heart with humility.
To what do I owe the...
I regret to inform you that your High King,
And divorced Tire. He was a great man. But why have you come to notify me of such...
Glendan has informed me that you are most likely among those...
It is true. And I understand that you may be worried I seek only to bring peace by creating an alliance with the people of the continent.
There is something I would like to ask of you. I would be thankful if you could allow me to meet...
Of course. If I become high... If you really want to make sure that I win...
What is that?
It may only be a legend. The first Guardian would have taken...
And where is the first Guardian?
Somewhere not far from here. The entrance to his burial mound. The path that leads to it. But beware. Anything else?
Nothing. I must go.
Protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the enlightened protect me in this battle! The enlightened protect me in this battle.
What are you doing there? Here lie those who fell facing the first invaders, and you dare enter and scatter their bones.
I did not come here with the intention of defiling this place.
No. You came looking for a crown of the High King, hoping to choose the one who will lead us.
Isn't that what you were looking for as well?
Yes, but I am not a Renaigse. I wish to lead my people to victory, and I have come here seeking something that will make it a certainty. And so? Do you plan on keeping it for one of those who is too wise or cowardly to come and get it themselves? Or will you give me the crown?
Once the power is in her hands, she will send a wave of blood and destruction. I know that you are bound to this island, but think of the others, of us.
I have come here looking for this crown. Because I need the help. I must meet Enon Mil Frichteman to ask...
Are you sure that they are your... Very well. It is a very great honor you ask of me. If you give me the crown, you may speak to Enon Mil Frichteman.
Sorry, Deirdre. I believe someone other than you must become the...
Someone more easily manipulated. Who will... Too bad. I have come to take that crown.
Maybe unlikely protect me in this battle.
Watch out!
Boy will make you regret it. Boy will make
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Enough. I accept my defeat. Take this crown. I am not worthy to wear it, so it seems.
So it seems indeed. We will meet again at Dorhad Genadu. Until then, Deirdre.
Protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf our enemies. May the shadow engulf our enemies. May the shadow engulf our enemies. Be careful, your armor is falling apart.
I went into the tomb,
And now you count on using it to...
Yes. I need to be certain that the one...
I already promised you more. Do you wish that your people make...
I need to think a little more.
I understand. It is a decision that will change the fate. But do not wait for too long. The Count's...
I went into the tomb.
And so, you entered. May this adventure have brought you wisdom. And this relic is venerated.
Yes, I do. I
have pledged my honor to help you, and my words are true. But more is being played here than a simple meeting. But the decision is yours. To the son that was...
Take it. I trust you. In your wisdom, may...
The Council has begun to unite. It is time for me to go. Thank you.